What was the significance of the 1968 Poor People's Campaign? Breaking news from history. The question on many minds today is, what was the significance of the 1968 Poor People's Campaign? This movement, led by Martin Luther King Jr., aimed to tackle poverty affecting millions. With recent discussions about economic inequality, this topic is more relevant than ever. The 1968 Poor People's Campaign was initiated by the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. It aimed to address the widespread poverty that impacted many Americans, especially Black Americans. This campaign marked a shift in the civil rights movement. While earlier efforts focused on racial segregation and voting rights, this campaign expanded the agenda to include economic justice. It showed how poverty crossed racial lines, but disproportionately affected Black communities. This connection highlighted the importance of addressing both racial and economic inequalities. The campaign also aimed to unite poor people from all backgrounds, Black, white, Latino, and Native American. It sought to build a coalition demanding jobs, income, and decent housing. The message was clear: poverty is a national crisis that requires collective action. In May 1968, thousands of demonstrators gathered in Washington, D.C. They set up an encampment on the National Mall, known as Resurrection City. This visible protest brought national attention to the issue of poverty and economic inequality. It pressured the federal government to take action. Following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. in April 1968, the campaign continued his vision. It emphasized that economic injustice is a fundamental civil rights issue. The campaign demonstrated the ongoing struggle for Black Americans and poor communities to achieve equality. Moreover, the Poor People's Campaign linked poverty to broader issues like militarism and the Vietnam War. Activists argued that funds spent on were diverted resources from programs that could alleviate poverty. This connection highlighted the intersection of economic justice and peace activism. The legacy of the Poor People's Campaign is still felt today. It inspired future efforts to combat poverty and inequality in the United States. Activists and leaders continue to draw on its message to confront economic injustice. In summary, the 1968 Poor People's Campaign was a landmark movement that expanded the civil rights struggle. It built a diverse coalition of poor people and maintained the commitment to justice for all marginalized Americans. Its significance continues to resonate in today's discussions about poverty and inequality.